I'm William Shekel from the Chambers Rescue Channel, and today we're going to talk about how to tell whether your stove is set up for propane or natural gas. If you just got a vintage stove that's new to you and the sellers didn't know what kind of fuel it used, or even if they think they knew, you want to double check. It doesn't take that long, and it'll let you know how easy it'll be to convert from one fuel type to another. That'll be another video. So let's take a look. Just to shake things up for you regular viewers of this channel, I'm going to start off by looking at an early 1930s Waterman. Waterman was a regional brand. They were based in Brooklyn, and you tend to see them in the New York metropolitan area more frequently than you see them in the rest of the country. They're really nothing special. They're the opposite end of what I normally work on. And I also normally don't keep stoves in the sunroom of my house, but this one was given to me, and I thought it was small enough and simple enough that I'm going to teach my son to restore it, because nothing's more fun than getting a teenager to do work. So let's take a look at what this is set up for. Now, I know it might seem really untechnical, but the first thing you should do, honestly, is open up the doors of the oven and the broiler, if it's got one, to see if the stove itself actually tells you what it's set up for. So nothing there except the Christmas cards that my wife hid in there. And a very rusty broiler, but hey, let's look at that. Right there, in the broiler, it says for manufactured gas only. This is not a natural gas stove. So while the broiler box tells us that this was made for manufactured gas and not natural gas, it's been 90 years since anyone put that to the test. So it's time for us to take a look to make sure that what it was designed to be is what it still is. Maybe somebody changed it in the meantime. You don't want to have to find that out the hard way, so let's find the easy way. Okay, what we really want to do, and what will work on any stove, even if it doesn't have a little sign mounted in the broiler, is take off the drip ring and take off the burner. Because what we want to see are these brass caps here. These are orifice caps. Basically what happens is you turn the handle on your stove, the valve opens up, fuel flows through out that into the burner where it meets your pilot or your match, and you've got flame, and now you're cooking. So it is the tip of these that's going to tell us what this stove is set up for. And it stands to reason that unless someone's playing a practical joke on you, that these are going to be the same on every burner. But on a stove like this, it obviously takes 2 minutes to investigate. Now I'm going to insert a picture into this video so that you can see the difference in sizes. If the hole's really tiny, like just looks like a pinprick, that's propane. If the hole is larger, say a millimeter, millimeter and a half, that's going to be set for natural gas. These are always going to be that way because of the different pressures that they're under and need to be in order to feed your flame properly. Propane will be a much, much smaller hole. Natural gas will be slightly bigger. Now let's go look at our usual chambers to see what we've got there. Now I've already gone ahead and taken off the drip ring and the burner off the chambers. And you can see it's much fancier. I mean, to be fair, this stove is 20, 30 years younger than the Waterman we just looked at, but Chambers was always very high-end, and Waterman was not. But the part we care about is still there, and that's this orifice cap again. Now, if we look at this, and again, if you could stand where I'm standing, you'd see that the hole is a little larger. But I've also done some movie magic for you, and that's I have taken off different caps. So this on the right came off of a propane-based chambers. You see how tiny that hole is. On camera you can just barely see it, but you have no problem at all seeing the natural gas hole. So this lets us know this came from a propane stove, this came from a natural gas stove, and if I look and compare here, I see that this is the same size as this, so this is natural gas. In another video, I'm going to talk about how to convert chambers, especially on the Model C, made it relatively easy. On others, it's not necessarily difficult. You just need to know what you're doing. And that's really all there is to it. All you have to do is look at the size hole on the orifice cap and your stove will tell you, even when there's not a sign printed in it somewhere. I'm going to do another video on how to convert so that you can understand that as well. Thanks to everyone who is subscribing and commenting and sending in suggestions. Today's video was brought to you by suggestions from viewers like you. Remember, if you've got a question about vintage stoves, a lot of other people do too. So don't be shy, send them in. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.